I feel like that whole time I had it on Be Right Back, or maybe I wasn't paying attention. Either way, my bad. I only just noticed that. Yeah, today I'm just going to be continuing with the level design. First off, I'll be having a bit of a chat about we finished off the game, and that's pretty much why I ended up not streaming yesterday. Because it was a bit rushy around the end. We were fine, submission-wise. Like, we weren't, like, it was all fine, and we could have gotten in a bit earlier, but I was just rushing through some individual submission stuff, and then it ended up being a bit of that to write, because there were some issues and whatnot. Like, I don't know. I have some thoughts on the game. I think there's a lot, if we do decide to continue with this one, where we want to go. Not too sure where we want to go for the next game. We have a couple ideas, but we'll have to end up see where we go with that. I have a couple of things that I just want to kind of like improve upon as a team, but I mean, it was alright. I just, like, I worked on a lot of models, but we really just needed more models and a bit more. I do feel like, art-wise, I think this last week we didn't really do much art-wise. Like, it was just texturing a couple of the remaining assets. And that was pretty much it. The rest, I mean, I was just on balance. Touch up the levels, make sure they're all working well and they have enough stuff in them and stuff like that. But I mean, like, I was pretty damn packed. I think, what's this? Yeah, let's see. Oh, wait, that's not it. Look. I go to my personal Confluence. Like, asset-wise, I worked on all of these. This was within 3 weeks. I don't know these. So, a lot of it, there's definitely, like, a lot done. Modeled. Well, you can still see them all. Made these. I mean, a lot of these are pretty quick. You start getting into stuff like these, taking quite a bit these, you know, this is maybe like a day, a couple, like maybe like an hour or so, at least an hour, because I'm UVing and everything. It's short, then stuff like these are starting to take a bit longer, making some stuff, and then you're going and starting to texture everything. That's when it starts getting a bit longer. And then I worked on a couple of levels. So like I did the full level plot up, so this was a couple of days for the level layout, set dressing, a couple of days. Set dressing, there's some more set dressing stuff. I did the layout of level 2. I didn't place the assets, but I did the layout. The layout's like including placing enemies, you know what I mean? Like making sure it all flows well and stuff like that. And then I lit scene 3. It was a bit, I mean, if we go to like my Excel, this doesn't even include like half of what I ended up doing. It was like looking over here, the same amount of time I spent on 3D art, I spent on bug fixing and stuff. Like I was just spending so long bug fixing, like 4 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours. It was just constant. I mean, this last week I was just on really refining the systems and stuff like that. But I think the game feels pretty good. I think we did a pretty good job with it all, but I do want like a more art cohesive game. I do feel like we sort of flopped it a little bit artist wise, and I think I want to work upon that. Not that like we necessarily did well. I think for a prototype there are some things that probably we need to get cooking a bit more with. I don't really want to. I've sort of stood by this for quite a while, but don't really want to do like characters again. I didn't make the characters. I made effectively like 95% of the like, or 95% of the actual level assets and stuff like that. We had Lydia on characters, and that was a full job. So, she was pretty packed, to be honest. Cause like, there's a lot of stuff even in the game that just hasn't even been implemented. We have like so many systems and stuff. Like, where we're kind of at with everything is only really like probably about, it's maybe like 70% of the stuff that we did. Like, we have so much going on. Like art-wise, pretty much it's all there. Because I ended up like doing so much, having to do so much testing, helping with Arnold and stuff like that. And making sure everything goes well. But look, this is only a very bare bones, for example, system of enemies. We have very, very smart enemies that we never implemented. We just ran out of time. We have a lot of audio that's fully set up, just not implemented. We just have a lot of other stuff. I think we had like loading screens that was pretty much done as well. There's just so much stuff that's there. Like, I want to preface how much shit. Like, progression-wise, there's like effectively no progression compared to like what we have set up. Because we were going to add them, we were going to do like perks this week and stuff like that. We have so much like progression-wise set up. It's simply just like have a refined feel of a game. Or, I mean, there's still a couple bugs and stuff like that, but for the most part it's fine. Have a pretty refined feel that sort of gives you, an idea of how the game plays, or have more systems, but it just not really feel great. So and whether that was the right or wrong decision was up to debate. I think for testing to see that we know that it can feel good. And it still feels decent, but there's still work that could be done. What you got? Sorry, I got something stuck between my teeth. Where is it? Like, we have so many things that we can work with here, right? So many things. And these all need, like, refinement and whatnot. And it was just going through and refining everything, really, within all those. I think we have even... I don't know where it is. Like, we got all these settings. Like, you can change all those and stuff like that. So, like, you get hit and stuff like that. You can change them. We've got smart enemies as well. So, like, so much. It's a flying enemy. It's a large enemy. It's a small enemy. You know? We don't have death effect. But we were, like, most of the way through that death effect. You know, dodge, leap, stuff like that. So, make them as smart as you want. We did dumb down the enemies because they're a bit tricky and stuff like that. But... I mean, we got really far into it. It's just... Yeah. Hey, Amy. One moment. How you doing, Amy? Level design stuff. I'm just doing a quick summary on what of the game, and then I'm just going to work on some level design before the F1 starts. That will start tonight, so I'm going to be fairly busy tonight, I think. I'm mostly just streaming whenever I want to do some level design stuff because it's easy. Gooning. Higher. How you doing though? But yeah, I want to focus more on just getting a lot of assets and a lot of good assets in for the next game. We're doing alright, but I did feel kind of, what do you call it? I was feeling personally pretty bogged down in that assessment. And so, if I can get more help, then that will be good on our end. Booger. How are you, Booger? Oh, this is gonna fucking annoy me. There we go. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think if we can, like, switch everybody into... Oh, artists, sorry. Into just working on art and stuff like that. This will make this a bit easier. I don't really want to do level design again, to be honest. I don't mind level design, but I feel like at least with these sorts of games, I ain't that type of guy. I do think it actually would have been better to have Jacob do the level design, because he had all the ideas and stuff of how he wanted all the levels to look like and stuff like that. And so ending up me making them, I did feel a bit was kind of restricting me. And then we had, because Jacob made a couple assets, and then he made the Why is the... There we go. And then he made the guns, the 2 guns. Oh, I think he technically made 3, but we just never implemented the shotgun. It was kind of like, yeah, I don't know. We ended up just needing, we just need more, I think. Because at the moment it's kind of like, I don't know, the levels are alright, but they're still very, very barren and kind of boring. They're good enough with like the enemies. Like we have 2 types of enemies and stuff like that. We just never got around to implementing it because they're flying enemies, and that was going to be a whole nother story. Stuff like that. And you know, Lydia went through and she, you know, animated the enemies, she rigged the enemies, and she made the enemies and textured them and everything. Very good job, but you got to understand that should just take so long. Like having to do all these tasks, like making a whole character, that's at least like a week for a character pretty much. Which is just quite a lot. So and I tried helping reducing the stuff that we were going to need, but even then it was just still going to take way too long. I was saying that, you know, for this we could just use capsules and stuff like that. It doesn't really need to be characters, but yeah, so the team was kind of pushing towards getting some of those characters and stuff like that. So it's just like, alright. So we sort of had to take a hit there and stuff like that. But I think for the next one, as long as we are able to, all of us artists are able to go and like start getting some assets in and focus. Because I only worked on like 4 refined assets. And then one of those assets we didn't even end up using. The 4 refined assets was the explosive barrel, we didn't even end up using. Oh, and then I did the hovering cube. Like, bear in mind, these are animated though. This one's animated so the ball hovers and rotates. I got this, where this thing goes up and down and up and down. We got this, where you got this something goes... It's only a small animation, but I wanted to keep things sort of looking a bit nice. Then we have this. These were like my 4 refined assets. Then I had my explosive barrels, which never really went in. They were fully textured. Like, you know, the texturing takes time. Like, there was a decent bit of work put on some of these, for example. And this is like still compressed as well, so there's even a bit more stuff going on that like you don't even see, because I made like a full pretty sick emissive shader. Check this out. Hold on. I mean, I could probably open a sample. I don't know how well this will look on, let's just say, Jade Toad. I made this cool emissive material for this project, which took a bit. Here we go, emissive liquid. So you sort of miss a little bit. Hold on. Turn on emission, and then you still have to do a bit of customizing because it's the way that it's set up. Here we go, emissive. Oh, actually no, it's sort of set up perfectly for this anyway, though. I guess. Look how that's like you. Yeah, you watch yourself. So you can play with like the emission. I know, it does sort of blow out a little bit. Maybe it's just the glare not helping us. It's pretty sick. Thank you, thank you. It's blowing out a little bit, but you can sort of see a bit of like how this is all going and working. So I use this a little bit for some of them. Kind of like some goopy liquid. It's like emissive, like sort of radioactive type shit. Yeah. So there is like a decent bit of work that it went into some of these assets. It's just you can't make a scene out of 4 assets, and so then all the rest of the stuff kind of is kind of shitty. And then like this was like I spent like, you know, 15 minutes on this, and to be honest, the result didn't come out well. It was just Kingdom Come Deliverance music. It didn't even come out well. I do think this is very... Oh, I closed it. Oh well. This and then the ballad I spent like about an hour, about half an hour or something on. Like they're not too... Like there's definitely a lot of detail, and then it just kind of gets cropped up because stuff. But then, I don't know. Some of the assets were a bit rushed. I don't think Jacob spent really any time on that, I would assume. It would be nice to see that a bit more, and stuff like that, but... So with this, these were like the only assets we really had for doing up the scene. I think they're like a small handful more, but it's really just made out of these. And so when you're trying to make 3 different scenes fundamentally with these assets, you're kind of limited. So I think I'd love to see, hold on. I was originally going to do a greeny color, and the greeny color kind of would have made more sense. But I think there was a bit of a miscommunication error. I was trying to ask Jacob, what do we want my car? So I'm going to add some emissive to these objects. Oh, hey mom. Oh, thank you. Like what color do we want like this accent to be? Because I'm going to add some like emissive liquid and stuff like that. He said like orange and stuff, but then apparently he didn't think I was meaning that. And so now we've got emissive, but then this would have looked probably better being like green almost. I mean, I did pretty good with the orangey stuff, but I think like with like at least the first level with the toxic stuff and stuff like that, green would have been better. But and I think it was a miscommunication or something. Let me bring it back up. But to be honest, Amy, I'm pretty exhausted. But I think, let's see. If I were to go about this. What do you think? How are you? Yeah. I didn't get some chilling time to be honest. I haven't really had too much. I think once I get these going. Here's my... Just why is... is it there? I don't know why this is interacting weirdly, like this blue. I don't know. I think the green, if I had some actual time to focus on setting it up, because it probably just needs to be reset up, to be honest. Actually, this is just set up weirdly. Why is this art like... It's almost like not... I don't know. I think I set it up. I think I fucked that one up a little bit. Oh well. I think if I actually spent time working on that, I probably could get a decent looking color. But, oh well. So I don't know. There's a lot that I worked on, and this is only, as I mentioned earlier, a bit. I did half, bear in mind, the same amount of time I spent on art, I spent on pretty much just refining and bug fixing and testing. And then I spent a bit less time on the level design. The level design being I laid out and I did all the assets in level 1. I did the layout of level 2. And I did the lighting at level 3. Among, I think I counted some of the level design being stuff like touching up and stuff like that. Some of this was like yeah, like I did some small stuff like adding a collider to the level 2 boss, so it looks like he's being pushed out of the level, stuff like that. Some of these are not, some of it is. I need to finish writing that, whoopsies. Some of the assets in to get a feel how we want. Oh, I guess maybe that was all it was meant to be. Reckon a bit more writing there. I often end up doing a decent bit of writing. Like some of these last ones were crazy. Yeah. Like look at this. Like, you gotta understand how much time was put into some of these things. Like, this, like, just today, not today, just this time, I'd worked on, and I missed some of the stuff here. Like, some of this is just not accounted for. Like, I spent a lot of time outside of time. So, I probably did even put more time than the 55 hours within the 3 weeks. I probably hit at least 60. Because I'd do calls with Arnold to sort of get a gander at where everything is, and I'd do a bit of my own extra stuff outside of time. I generally always spent most of the time about an extra hour after the meeting. So some of these I accounted for that extra hour, and some of them I didn't. Like this, I only accounted for like half, 0.5. But yeah, like for this, I did some testing. I found a bug. So like there was enough testing to notice some of these bugs, and this bug still exists. But it was sometimes a player gets caught on pickups and stuff like that. Really weird. It's less bad now, so if you notice the bug, then know that at least you can technically escape the bug. It just takes a bit of time, which you may die before then. But before, you couldn't escape the bug, and we just ran out of time to be able to fix it. Then, like, in terms of balancing, like, look at all this balancing. I balanced the level 2 boss. So, oh, this isn't even my balancing one. Oh, this is nothing. Oh, this isn't even much. Although this was a big amount of time was getting a build. That build took about an hour and a half. Yeah, no, this is the one. This was a lot of bug fixing. I changed the speed rotations, like of the health, of how much that rotates. It increased level 2 HP, so I added him a bit more. I actually reduced that. I didn't write that down, but I reduced that in the last day. Because I made it so you need to kill 40 enemies, and then I changed it to 30 enemies. Increased the amount of zombies on level 2. I increased the amount of zombies. I added more zombies on level 2. That's ironic. I feel like I just wrote that! Whoopsies. I removed more light. I removed some lights from where the spawners are. I increased the zombie hit area. I increased the mag size. Decreased starting ammo for both weapons. Increased pickup amount. Increased reload speed for both weapons. Decreased AR switch out time by a smidge. And I mean, there's more. Like, some of these I didn't even account for. Like here, I spent about like 15 minutes playing with another extra 15 odd minutes playing with the reload. Oh no, I did write that, yeah. But bear in mind, like, all these balance changes require a lot of testing. So this 2 hours is not indicative of how long that actually spent. I probably spent almost an extra hour, probably. Because you make a change, and then, is that good? You make the change, does that feel good? You have to play through a couple times to do it pretty good. Stuff like that. All the, like, for example, health pickup, I changed the max ammo, because at the start you start off with, like, 100 odd ammo for, like, a pistol, for example. That's, like, 10 mags of the pistol, almost. For, like, 8 mags. I'm just like, you're never running out. So I reduced it, but then you play through, you're just like, okay, that's not enough ammo. And then, so you increase the drop chance. Then you play the drop chance. Does the drop chance feel good? Maybe you have to change it again. And then you have to go through to level 2. Because just because the drop chance is great in level 1 doesn't mean it feels good in level 2. So you have to play through level 2, and you have to play through level 3. You still get, the drop chance is still, you still get a bit more dropping. Like you still will get more than enough now, but I feel like it's better to have more than enough. It's just, if you're a bit stupid with it and stuff like that, you will potentially still run out of ammo, but it's at least a bit tighter. This is sort of the same thing, like reload speed. You need to, like, I played with the reload speed quite a lot, to be honest. It's just making sure that you can... Because one issue we ran into is you're always running out of ammo. So the pistol, you always want to just go for the assault rifle straight away, because the pistol's kind of... It's alright. I changed it because before it used to be a lot harder. Like, we gotta preface some of these old builds. It's incredibly hard. And we end up having to... I don't even know where this build is situated. Let's see. Like, bear in mind... Do enemies spawn in this? Okay, so the enemies do spawn in this. So this isn't the right build. Bear in mind, I think level 2 is the one. I think this was just before we were speaking to the teachers. Or maybe it was build 3, I can't remember. No, it's definitely build 2. Does take a minute to load, unfortunately. So you can definitely see a lot of the lighting specs. Same lighting setup for the most part. But look at how many shots these enemies take. Like, we needed a lot of refinement. So this was actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. This is actually temporarily fixed. I think we did improve this. It used to be 10 shots to kill an enemy. Here it's 5, which is still quite a lot. But then, effectively half a clip is going in, even still here, to kill an enemy. So when you got like, what was this, probably like 30 odd enemies, and it's half a clip to kill one enemy effectively. Yeah, there's some issues with this. We did fix up this because this is a very old build. I think we fixed it up, but we're just having so many issues with that. Oh, so, and that's another thing, do the enemies play nice in the scene? You gotta play around with, the nav meshes, improving the nav mesh, making sure that they work. Right, give me 1 second. Then we're gonna get started. I don't know. It's just stressful. Dude, I've been watching the... Oh man, Amy. It was not good yesterday. Oops, not calculator. I'll set an alarm for like an hour and a half. I'll probably spend like an hour and a half on this. Hey, hour and a half. What was that? Yeah. The sprint qualifier. So, for those of you who do not know, I've been watching a bit of F1 because we've got a Kiwi racing F1. So I've got to support the Kiwis. Dude, it has been going terribly. For the qualifier for this race that's starting today, 20th. He got 20th in the qualifier. That's the worst that you can get. It's not even that he did bad. He was just shafted. Like, it was very frustrating. Because he only got 1 go, really. So, in fairness, they got the car late, I believe. Later than some of the other teams. Some of the teams also were late, though. And then he only got 10 minutes of practice on, I think they changed the wing or something, the front wing or something. So he got 10 minutes of practice in the practice session with that. And then he got 1 qualifier, like 1 lap. He shafted the second lap. And so they had to can the second lap. So he only got 1 lap. When he did that 1 lap, with everybody in the 1 lap, he was in 10th. Everyone else got their second lap, though. He was, I think, the only one that didn't get their second lap. And I was just watching. He got 10th, and I'm like, oh, hey, he might actually stand a chance. And then you see everyone running their second lap. Oh, sorry, you can't even see. Oh. So he went from 10th to 20th. Everybody's second lap was better than his first lap. But his first lap was pretty decent. It was around the middle. So if he had gotten the second lap, maybe you could have probably... Well, I don't know. He shafted the second lap, but I don't know. Even the first lap, he was just looking super... It's just... The issue is, he's in the Red Bull car, and everybody has stated that the Red Bull car is absolutely garbage. Yes, like, the best driver at the moment, technically, best driver would be Max Verstappen. Although he's not doing the best at the moment, but he's doing very well, it's considered. He's gotten second. He got second last race, and then he got second in the sprint. the Lando Norris didn't do as good. And even he was finding it really, really lack of traction. And you're just watching Liam in every single corner. He's having to make adjustments because his rear just keeps kicking out. And it's just like, everyone's just like... Yeah, and you like see some of the people, like some of the old people that, like, everybody would get like their one pretty much year or 2 years or something, and then they get shafted and booted because it's just so hard to control and nobody can really do well. So the past 4 people that have been the second driver for Red Bull haven't lasted long. They've just been booted because they have been underperforming. You gotta really question, is it just the drivers are bad, or is it just the car is impossible? And the ironic thing is, you know, you got, I think, Carlos Sainz, who was in it. He did bad, and then now he's doing decent. He's not the best, but he's doing like decent. You've got Albon. He's doing pretty damn decent as well. Like, he's not top of the leaderboards, but he's definitely not like at the bottom. He's just sitting around the middle, maybe upper middle. So, comparatively. So, there's stuff like that where it's just like, And then Liam, he was hitting the middle most of the time. Middle of the pack last year when he got a 6 months. This was in the AlphaTauri, which is like Red Bull's second car. It's a completely different setup. Completely different setup. He was sitting around middle of the pack. Then this year, he's got bumped up to the Red Bull Racing, and his average of the 2 races, well, if you go last race, he got 18th out of 20, and then he got 20th in the practice here. If you average those out, 19th. Is it because Liam's a bad driver? Or is it because the car's shit? I don't know. You can never know. I would say, you know, considering he did pretty decent last year, is it a fluke? Probably not. I would just assume that the car's shit and he's just lost all confidence with the car, to be honest, after last weekend and stuff like that. So, it's been a bit of a hard watch. I really want him to do well. Like, he's not the greatest guy. He was a bit arrogant last year. But at the same side, it's just like, he's kind of just getting shafted. Something that I'm just thinking about doing. Because I kind of want, for like this region, sorry, I kind of want to like sort of go down, so like a little path, to be honest, for that. I don't mind making it a little bit longer. So I'm going to do this path, and then at some point I need to add some extra paths for these. I don't know. It's been a hard watch, and it's just been quite frustrating, honestly. Being really quite honest. I really want this to be quite tight. But I wouldn't mind pushing this back a little bit. So what I'm thinking of doing... What are we sitting at here? 75. If I can change this to like 50... Like... 30... 30... Whatever. I've of course got to change the tiling. There you go, 35. So that should be fine. Not too worried about this one here. I still need to add a back to that, but... How's your day yesterday, Amy? Was alright? That's good to hear. Mine was decent, it was just super busy. Was the old thing. Hold on, sorry, let me just keep this going. So I'm wanting something over here. I'm thinking of cutting this even... this. Is that enough? That will be enough. So that gives me therefore the ability to sort of play with that. Yes, it was honestly all focusing on that. I was meant to start a different assessment. I was actually meant to do a bit of this in the morning. I was going to do a bit of this, and then I just never got around to it because I was just like, fuck, man, I'm so busy. Because I had a bit of writing up to do. Just finishing up the personal write-up. Sorry, let me see if I can find this. Eye. What you get up to there, huh? Oops. How do I choose the material? Huh. Oh, here we go. I know this isn't the right way, but this works as well. For what? Alright, let me figure out. There's a different sizings, of course, so... I do have that. A half, maybe this. There we go, like. What does 30 look like? I'll say 30 is about right. I maybe change it to like a 25, honestly. I'd say that's pretty accurate. Sorry, just get a little look at what we're looking for there. Even then. I think maybe that's what we're after. I'm actually not going to be able to see this, I don't think. This gives us a bit of an idea. Go along here. I might need to increase the speed at which those things move. I'm going to need to fix it up, but ground-wise, I think this is fine. Awesome. Let's see if I can do this. Can I... That deletes the whole thing. Lovely. Let me... Oh. What happened? What? Did I move? That removed it. So maybe a better way of approaching this would be making it as low as I want and then scaling up from there. Just doing a bit of sculpting, Amy. Where are you? Where are you? Where's the gizmo? Like, you can see me. I'm switching between the different things. Oh, you're gonna set this, don't you? It's the lowest I want it. It's about natural. Then what's this? That's the normal one. Oh, so I could actually see there. What would I want it to look like? Let's go sculpt. Don't worry, we're gonna change that up. And where do I want to go? I think I want to go outside for this one, honestly. It's going to give me a bit more control. So don't worry, we're just... Cheat Discord. Will do. Oh no. What is this menace sent over? What's that noise? What did I do? Did I make something weird? Why is this so quiet as well? That is a great question. Do I need to turn my music up, by the way? Because I cannot hear my music in this. Or is that in between? I don't need to. Okay. I'm gonna assume that's my pump. But that's not. It does not sound like that. That sounds sort of like vibrating almost. I don't know. Hearing like here, I don't hear anything like that. But I'm guessing it's just picking up my pump to my PC. Because it's sort of like that do 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 do. Although very quiet here. Been hearing it for ages. Yeah. I'm gonna assume it's the pump. Hold on. We're gonna do some Inspector Gadget type shit here. Oh, here we go. Alright, test, test, test. Is this sounding better or is this sounding worse? As in, like, is it cutting off my voice or is it... I think I can play this back. Let me see if I can figure out playback. Oh, fuck you. Just gotta remember what it is. Because you should be able to... This is something that I find really annoying. You can set this to, like, this. Wait, I can't even hear myself. Hello? Hello? Wait, why is this not playing back? Hello? Hello? Oh, because I'm using the audio input, that would explain it. In theory, sorry. In theory, this should be muting so you can't hear it, but you can. So that's annoying. Test, 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 test. Hello? 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 Test, test, test. Hello? Hello? Test. I gotta be honest. I cannot hear it. You're hearing me twice as well there. Sorry. I cannot hear it in that playback. I'm sorry, Amy. So I don't know why. That might simply be something on YouTube's end, to be honest. compression or something. I don't know. Because I can't hear it there. And it's not like a real sound in real life. Can you still hear it though? Or did that cut it off a little bit? I don't know. I think you're hearing things. You can still hear it? Oh, that's really annoying. Ah, let me turn my music on. Having music... Oh, what the fuck? What happened to my music? Yeah, I don't know. I have to have a look at that at some point. The issue is I just cannot get that to like... I cannot hear it in real life, and I cannot hear it in the playback. So it's just I just a bit. But I definitely heard it there, so I'm not calling you crazy or anything. So don't worry. It's just. Where are we? Damn straight, yeah. I'll be kind of calling you crazy though, to be honest. I can't deny it, to be honest. I mean, you're a little crazy. Might I be honest? You go up a bit, and then I can smooth it down. Yeah, I'm sorry about that one, to be honest. I wish I knew what was up. I'm surprised that I've never caught that before. Because I've recorded like voice and oh my gosh. That was 100% ahead of your time at that time, I believe. I can definitely agree with that one. Okay, one thing that would be actually perfect. I'm just hoping that you're not crashing out. Like you're not gonna crash out like in the sense of I got music on and I'm hoping that at least reduces it. You know what I mean? If it's less bad with the music here, then I will take that above everything. Damn it. Give me 1 second. You need heavy metal playing. We have some heavy metal in our game actually. Which I can't play because it's copyrighted music. Well, it's technically copyright free, but it's technically copyrighted. Yeah. Well, that's called Industro. I don't know. I've never really listened to that type of shit before. There's a way to choose what's like the default character, and I cannot. Maybe I have to play through. But I can't be fucked. I'll play through. Sure, that's all looking good. I think my game's looking pretty good. It's just I've played through this way too many times by now. You wanna know something funny, Amy? I'm gonna be completely honest. I kind of want that to be larger. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I could get it like that long, that would be humongous. So I might actually see if I can increase it. Otherwise. You know that short story that I was sending to you a while ago? A Little Sacrifice? I got my mum to read the ending, actually, of that, because I was talking to her about that. See, today. It's just so depressing as well. Yeah. She's not, like, reading the actual book, but I was talking to her about the short story, yeah. My mum, I think, was kind of like, oh shit. That is kind of depressing. Go. Just want that to go up a little bit. This part can be smoothed down. I kind of want a bit more drop, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna make the player over here. For testing purposes. I got no real clue what I gotta do for the write-up though. That's the only thing that's kind of like, ugh. So I gotta make sure I get onto getting that actually going soon. Player will go down and go up. This visual's down further, you know? The issue is I can't make it go down too much. That's a loss. I can get it there. Yeah. Let's just start placing a couple assets and stuff and I'll get a feel for everything. Because we actually we never really got told what we got to write up about it, so I'll quickly give it a little bit of a look. Oh. Hold on, apparently I got my marks back. Jeez. Okay. Marks aren't the greatest. They're not the worst, but not the greatest either. That's for the first assessment. The only issue is we got our feedback back, and I can't adjust the feedback for the last prototype. So that's all useless to me. And I know, like, there's some small mistakes that I made personally. It's just, I think it should be fine for the second game. I think we should get a better mark. It's just apparently a bit too close to something that we were originally basing it off of and stuff like that. And there are a couple of things that just need to be worked upon. But I don't know about how the second game's going to go, to be honest, with our marks as well. But, and then for my personal task log, it was alright. The issue is, I don't know. A little painful. I did the same as what I did last year, and last year I was getting good marks for my personal task log. Then this year, I'm getting worse marks for my personal task log, and it's just like... It's not that I did less work or anything like that. They did say I did a lot more work than I needed to do. It was more just, what do you call it? It was just like small things like, oh, you're adding images, which is great, but the images are taking up too much space. And it's like, okay, well that's fine, but last year that was fine with how I was setting them out. So I was kind of just going by how I was reviewed last year for it. And then I did the same thing for this assessment, but I can't change that for this assessment, so I can only really change it for my final prototype. Which is a little annoying, because I had the adverse side of things, yeah. So it's a little bit painful, but I mean, I can't do anything about it. It's just, like, I get that. I used to not put images in there, and then I was told, oh, you gotta put images, because then, you know, the teachers don't know what you're actually changing. So you could say, oh, I made a couple assets. Well, what assets do, like, you know, what assets? What do they look like? Stuff like that. So they have a bit of a basis for what you've done. Like, you've done work in the level design. What does the level design look like, you know? Stuff like that. And then you gotta have them be big enough. Like, they're not, like, overly large, but, like, you can't even see. So I have to have them big enough so you can actually, like, sort of see what's going on. But this isn't too big. I'm trying not to make them too big, but they have to be big enough to the point where, like, the teacher can actually see it. You know what I mean? So otherwise, if the teacher can't see them, then... Yeah, I think 7 hours isn't too bad, because I worked on 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I fully, like, I UV'd and materialed. And then I did these. I think these probably took, like, an hour to make these all, and then UV these. Or maybe a bit more than that, and then these were probably, like, a bit under. Those were not too bad, those ones. Just UVing and then texturing and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Hopefully we're fine. They did say, like, some of the assets we're taking last one were taking longer than they should have. But I'm not a 2D artist, so I get that, but I'm not a 2D artist, so it's just going to take me too long. Just in the nature of getting me to do 2D. So... I don't know, hopefully it's fine. It's just a bit of a pain, mark-wise. Okay, that's all good, Amy. You have a good one. I'm gonna do some work on this and mull over that. Hope you have a good one though. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. That's it. Feel like it is. These are very similar. Must have feel very, very tight. Decrease brush size. It's not bad. Okay. Just hope that's fine. It's probably not helping the lighting, to be honest. Let's turn these down as well, just so I can at least see. I still want to play around with it a bit more, but little cave wise, that's not bad. Um, ah. And that's looking pretty solid. Honestly. Okay. And, I'm a little bummed. I still passed everything. It's just worse result, I guess, than we were wanting. But why? This does have a line on it. I'll reposition these and whatnot after. I want one more. So you come in here, look, and you're like, oh, it's a passageway with lighting. Around with those lights. Make sure it doesn't mess up this place over here. Awesome, not too bad. I honestly drop half of these. I place them a bit better. that little bit further on. That side. Another little painful thing about the results and stuff like that is we fundamentally have a lot less people in our team. Not by choice, we were asking for more people. The teacher's just like, no, you'll be fine with the amount of people that you have. Which I think is a little cooked. Our teacher's end. I'll work on that part there. They'll work on the lighting as well, but I think that's fine. I think I'm going to end stream anyway. How much longer did I have anyway? At 3:30, so I spent a bit of time here. Oh no. Barking has kind of bummed me. I gotta be honest. I'll catch you guys. I don't know. Either I'm probably busy tomorrow, to be honest. So the wrong ones. You guys have a good one. I'm just gonna mull on that for a bit. It's fine. I don't know. I think my individual, I got maybe a B of some kind. Then a group game we got, I think, a C or something. So not great. But yeah, you guys have a good one, and I will catch you guys next time. Laters.